Hello, this is Lewis, and welcome to the channel. uh, I this isn't the first time I've made a channel and actually uploaded content onto it. I've had a previous one that I'm still currently making content for, but this channel is about the vibes of those old school, I guess you could say, kinds of Let's Plays that has kind of been lost to time because of, natural evolution of the way people make content now. Kinda MrBeast in general. You can't really fully blame him entirely for the landscape of what YouTube has become, but he has some sort of partial blame for how overly edited stuff has become. But my channel, the reason why I made it in the first place is because of the previous channel that I'm still making content for. It is a lot more high effort, and because of that, it restricted me from the games that I could play on it. Games like Persona 5, for an example, that would be a series, and I tried it, by the way, I've tried it twice, and it's just something that realistically I don't think is possible, I don't think it's possible for me to do something like that, especially when I'm only one person. Editing takes quite a while, and especially with how mentally taxing editing can be, it takes a while for certain series to be finished and stuff. It took me I think a full year for basically a 5-hour game, just simply because the amount of edits that I did really made it straining on the mind. Again, editing isn't really that hard in my opinion, but it's the biggest struggle and the biggest challenge about it isn't really the editing itself, but having to be constantly aware of what you're doing. Basically your brain is forced to be 100% active even when you aren't fully up to it, and that's kinda, it can get a bit taxing, but that's besides the point. The main point I want to get across is I'm making this channel so that way I am able to play games as series that I wouldn't usually play on my main channel, There are going to be certain series that may eventually get transitioned over to the main channel if the content and the commentary and vice versa is worthy enough of it, but the same won't be said obviously for the main channel. I won't be transitioning that content over to here because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But both of those channels obviously will have exclusive content that obviously you won't really get from either or. So, let's say again, obviously, I keep on mentioning Persona 5, but it is a good example. That would be a series that would be specifically exclusive to this channel, as well as replaying any games that I've already played. Because they're, at the very least, the vibes here are going to be a bit different, because the pressure isn't really going to be there. So, especially for games that I've already played, obviously we're going to be doing as well, obviously, games that I haven't played before and vice versa. This channel truly really is just a way for me to do certain series that I know for a damn well fact would not become series on the main channel. And again, there are going to be exceptions to the rule, because there's a good chance that maybe it turns out, oh, this is actually main channel material and vice versa. You don't know until you play, and realistically, even if like that isn't the case, having a channel like this means that if I do want to like release a series that like is for a game that's like 30 hours long, I can slowly actually release it and also have an option for people that want to just see it immediately, basically. I think this is a pretty good idea, in my opinion. I came up with the idea literally while I was sleep deprived, so... And also the banner and profile picture that you're seeing, I came up with that when I was sleep deprived as well, I won't lie. I'm kind of proud of it. It's probably the best work I've done in Photoshop. Yeah. But besides all of that, when should you expect the first series to come out? Or, yeah. Well, no promises, of course, but obviously at some point in 2025. But realistically, I obviously don't know what month that is going to be in. This, like, I could literally do it at any time, realistically. It is one of those, like, because of what this channel is, I can literally, like, post, like, 4 videos a day, and honestly, like, it would... like genuinely be fuck all to do, you know. And obviously that's like the big reason for me doing this, is just that allows me to play bigger games. But because it's obviously close to Christmas and I am still on my hiatus on the main channel as well, I am just going to be waiting until at the very least very early 2025 before we get things rolling. I don't know how well this is going to go, and realistically I don't know if this is even going to be like something that will be eventually abandoned again. I don't know, but I feel like that this idea is realistically a really good one, even if there's like a month's without an upload. Realistically, having a way that I could just straight up play literally any game that I'm playing in my back catalogue and just count that as a new series means that like my gaming hobby is now integrated fully with YouTube. In a sense, is kind of like a diary now. I mean, to some degree, obviously the main channel, it acts as that as well, but it's just a really damn good idea, and I'm really looking forward to it, surprisingly. And I hope that my improved commentary really shows on this channel, because oh boy, I mean, regardless, this channel will be a good way to improve upon it, even if there are some few minor hiccups, you know. Again, this is mostly going to be an unedited channel, like in terms of how the videos are going to be made. But as I said in the about section of my channel, there are going to be exceptions, and obviously those 3 examples are probably not the only exceptions to the rule. There's also a decent chance that certain awkward sections of videos are probably going to be like cut down as well, just because I fucking hate that shit. It may be funny to some people, and maybe I'll leave like out one like as a joke, but those kinds of moments is something that I just wouldn't want in on a video in the first place. So yeah. But with all that said, obviously at some point when the content is a lot more, like when there's a lot more uploaded, I will eventually be making like a sleep playlist of stuff, and I'll obviously try my absolute hardest to make sure that it is as sleepable as possible, because even though that this like channel is a lot more chill and that's going to be the main focus, I'm me, I'm Lewis, I'm Lewi. So I have like, certain games are going to make me pretty angry. And there are certain sections in games where I might be very emotional or laughing my ass off or whatever. Obviously, I wouldn't be leaving those in, or even like an entire video if it's not suitable for that kind of content, you know. So yeah, eventually I will be doing like compilations of my videos so that people can sleep to them. And realistically, it would be pretty easy as well, because a good chunk of these videos are probably going to be at least an hour long. And maybe a bit more than that. Who the fuck knows? Especially for longer games like Persona and like games that are just straight up like 80 hours long. Probably 2 hours. But yeah, sorry for the yapping, but genuinely welcome. And I'm actually looking forward to the future and hopefully building a new audience that is completely separate to the main channel. I will not reveal that channel for quite a while. I will eventually, but I want to build up this channel first, at least with the content, before I actually make an announcement, because, I mean, it kind of makes no sense to make an announcement when you don't have any fucking content on it. It just doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, for at least a little while, I want to try and keep it separate. And yeah, with all that said, thank you all. We gotta come up with new saying as well. Jesus Christ. Lewi out? That's so basic, bitch. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Lewi out. Oh god. This is going off great.